welcome back to the Swinburne Professional Staff Network podcast, the podcast professionals with Kristy and Ash, made by professional staff for professional staff. I am Ash Carden, and first and foremost, we would like to respectfully acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, who are the traditional owners on the land of which Swinburne's Australian campuses are located in Melbourne's east and outer east. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. On today's episode, we are going to reflect back on our first year of the podcast professionals and share with you, our listeners, supporters, how far we have come. Before we do that, as always, I'd like to introduce my partner in pod to the mic. Welcome back, Kristy Horn.
Well, hello there, Ash, and hi everyone. I'm Kristy Horn, and it's excellent to be here. And as always, it's so great to see you, Ash, and thanks for the ripper intro. You nailed it. Get this, Ash. This is the season finale Christmas breakup episode for Series 1 2021, and insert drum roll, please. We have finally made it into the Swinburne studios. Yay! Yes, folks. We are actually here recording in the podcasting studios on campus. I mean, this has been almost a whole year in the making, right? I actually can't believe we're actually here, and kind of a little bit excited. You can probably hear it in my voice.
So excited and giggly.
I know. Just got to try and rein it in and keep it together. But
I'm not good at that.
Nah.
I don't have levels.
See. So, yeah, it is pretty exciting. We are here in the studios, and it's super professional. Everything's recording. Things are working. So, yeah, look, we're
there's many coloured lights. It looks very impressive.
Thanks to Jose. I know you're listening. All righty. So earlier this week, the SPSN committee organised a welcome back to campus and a traditional smoking ceremony, which was performed by the amazing Jess Barry from the Moondani Toombadool Centre. There was a great attendance by staff, and it was really lovely to see in real life some of our colleagues. I reckon there was probably about 50 people there. It was super cool. It was really respectful and a really thoughtful ceremony. I've got to say, my small talk was a bit rusty.
I find that very hard to believe.
No, seriously, it was. But we have to thank the SPSN chair, Nicola Howard, for managing the event. It was really, really good. So well done, Nick.
And this is the moment we're going to segue to indulge on the podcast, and the Nicola being our first ever guest on the podcast. We are just going to think back on some of the amazing people we've had to chat to and episodes. We started the podcast when the Professional Staff Network put out a call to professional staff to join the network. Kristy joined the committee. I was on the committee. And at the first meeting, one thing led to another. And ta-da, we were starting a podcast. It's been amazing fun, amazing journey, quite the roller coaster. Season 1, we have recorded 8 episodes. We've had the opportunity to chat to and share some spotlights on some amazing staff that we would not have otherwise met through the podcast, and also get to talk to staff that we work with often but don't necessarily get to speak to people in this sort of way, and we are always learning new things about our colleagues. So first episode, we had Nick. Most recent episode, we had Craig McCallum, who is the General Manager of Swinburne Professional. We've spoken to Rita Barbagallo, Ultimate Facilities Queen.
Do you like that?
I love that. I hope she loves that. She might feel a bit embarrassed at first, but that is incorrect. She is the Ultimate Facilities Queen. Fact. We've spoken to Marie Norden and Tim Werner from Diversity Inclusion and Indigenous Recruitment Team. Dan Dunn from CTI was the funniest episode.
That was a really good episode.
And Olympic gold medalist Matt Levy.
Oh, my God.
Which I was never more tongue-tied than speaking to.
That was an absolute
five-time Olympian? Five-time?
Paralympian, yeah.
And he was lovely.
We had the
and I just stole your bit. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I like to talk. Hey, we had the parental special. We focused on returning from parental leave, and we featured Jessica McElprang. Oh, and there was the amazing Dominique Goodwin from Partnerships and Collaboration. I know that's not the right title anymore. It's changed. What is it?
I cannot remember, but I still think of it as partnership and collaboration.
That was one of my faves. And also, and as you mentioned, Swin alum Matt Levy, he is an overachieving person. Hi, Matt, I know you're listening. Plus, don't forget, we presented live at an international podcasting conference. What a crack up that was.
Oh, my gosh. We presented live with some extra background effects from my child.
Oh, yeah, he made a special guest experience. That was AusEd PodCon. And then we had our presentation up on the ATEM site too. So we've had lots of positive media around the podcast, and we've also set up the Swinburne Community of Practice and also reignited the Swinburne Podcast Showcase on Swinburne Commons. Oh, God, we've also got our Yammer page too. There's a lot going on here, right?
Yeah. So much going on. So much that I cannot keep track.
Yeah, we got all that.
So for me, the best part's been getting to know our Swinburne colleagues and not scripted. And working closer with Kristy, because that has been a really big highlight of my year.
Oh,
actually.
Thanks, Ash.
And speaking of, there is an amazing lineup ready for 2022, season 2 of the Podcast Professionals, and maybe that will be called Unstoppable or something else.
Do you reckon we need to change our tagline from reconnect and connecting with staff, or we can just? I reckon I like it.
I mean, I like it, but something more keyed towards world domination is sort of where I'd like to go with that.
Okay.
Just because that's a theme.
All right, Ash, enough of this jibber jabber. Let's crack on with the pod. You all know how much we love bringing you the podcast, and connecting and reconnecting staff is our theme for 2021. Could change today, Ash, but we are connecting in a very entrepreneurial way with Rachel Mosel, who is the Deputy Director of the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship. Welcome to the podcast and welcome to the mic, Rachel. Yay!
Thank you for joining us on the Podcast Professionals in our first ever real live in-booth recording.
It's very exciting to be here.
I'm glad you are sharing this.
Somewhat oversold this experience for people listening, but I will do my best. I will deliver as much as I can.
I think that they will be. Our listeners are very, very supportive and understanding of the humanity of the podcast.
Bless them.
Indeed.
No, they're great people all around. So we've got some serious hard-hitting questions for you. And for the people that don't know you, can you tell us a bit about yourself and how long you've been at Swinburne and what you did previously?
Oh, gosh, there's just so much to tell. I mean, where to start?
Sorry.
Where to start? I mean, my autobiography will be coming out. It's out in all good bookstores just in time for Christmas. But I can give you a synopsis. How long? I've actually been at Swinburne for much longer than I thought I would ever be. When I was on my probation for the 6 months, I honestly did not think I was going to get through that. I thought, I cannot stick around here.
Oh,
this is not the right place for me. Just being honest.
Yeah.
But
I thought you thought you were going to get fired.
Yeah.
That was a possibility.
You really need to read up on probation in the agreement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought I wasn't going to stick around for much longer because 6 months was in this place. I thought this is the wrong fit for me. But lo and behold, it's now, 11 years?
Wow.
So,
That's a long time.
Yeah, 11, something like that.
So when did you join Swinburne?
It's 2009. So what's that? That's 12 years.
That's 12.
12 years.
Yeah, because I was 2010.
Yeah, 2009. It's a long time ago, considering I didn't think I was going to survive the full 6 months of my probation. I thought, this is not going to work. But here I am.
Wow, this interview could have gone down a different track right then. Yeah. Hey, okay. So, and what did you do previously before you came to Swinburne?
So I used to be a teacher. I did start off.
I did not know that.
Yes, I started off after. I did part of my undergraduate degree in the UK at AGSE University in Devon, and started teaching in a high school there, working with sort of students with learning difficulties, special needs and that have you. And working in a high school, I was like, well, this is way too much effort. This is really legitimately hard work. So I might go to university. It's probably easier. But that's not actually what happened. I did decide that I love teaching. I wanted to keep teaching, but I wanted to also get out there and see the world and travel a bit more. So I ended up going and working in Italy for a couple of years, teaching English in Italy.
Wow.
And then back to the UK and then into Melbourne and run a language college, an international language college. So taught a lot with international students, ran programs for international students, language programs, all teaching staff and that. And then moved across to university and have been very lucky at Swinburne to have had a number of different roles and different experiences and opportunities, worked in different teams and
campuses.
And campuses, yes. I was at the Paran campus for many years. And I also got the opportunity to do my Masters of Entrepreneurship and Innovation here. So that was fantastic. So, yeah, and then here I am.
Wow, you have
AGSE.
done so much in your career. That's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I do feel lucky. I have had a lot of opportunities and I've had a lot of support along the way. So, and I think that's key really for opportunities to come about, is to really have the support of people around you. So, yeah, it's been great. It's been good.
Did you know that Rita also was an Italian teacher?
Well, that's not surprising, is it? It's Rita. I know she is, and trust me, her Italian is far superior than mine. I was an English teacher in Italy, so my Italian was fairly limited to the basics of I need an ice cream and where's the nearest toilet. But that aside, it was great. It was great.
Sounds molto bene.
I mean, I think those are two fairly vital things.
Well, it got me through 2 years, so.
Ice cream? Where's the toilet? What do you need?
Yeah, if you're lactose intolerant.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the AGSE, being that we haven't even told our listeners? For those of you who don't know, AGSE stands for the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship, and was previously the business postgraduate offering, and then morphed into a brand for our postgraduate suite, I believe.
Yeah, so the AGSE, or as you said, the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship, is a brand that Swinburne has had for quite some time now. And it really came about, sort of 20-something years ago, and housed in predominantly it was kind of the home for the Masters of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And through that, there was a lot of reciprocal programs between our campus and our program and other similar programs overseas. And for various reasons, it's kind of sort of ups and downs, and, it had a big burst of activity and then it sort of died down a bit, and things have changed over time. So I came on board when the university was looking to, the Faculty of Business and Law, as it was looking to really breathe new life into the brand and sort of give it some flesh on the bones. Given we have the Masters of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Swinburne University and in what was the former Faculty of Business and Law, it was really about how do we leverage this brand? How do we leverage this community of like-minded people who've gone through this particular program and really identify with the AGSE? And so it was all about what we called at the time refresh, the AGSE refresh. And so I got to come on board on the project, as did you, Ash.
I did.
And we went through a process of really trying to redesign what the AGSE meant, and what it stood for, and how it could be something that we could utilise to really tell the story of our industry connectedness and our postgraduate activities.
Mm. Interesting. And with the refresh and the redesign, so you've been an integral part of the whole reemergence of it, I guess.
Yes, I guess so.
And how's it going?
It's with everything, it has its ups and downs, because I think as the university environment changes, then the needs of what you're doing inevitably has to change. And it is a school of entrepreneurship. So by its very nature, you need to be prepared to change and adapt in response to your audience and your community. So it's changed in terms of what it looked like at the original project when it first was launched, and now it sort of really is the umbrella brand for us to really tell our narrative, to showcase our stories, to talk about our partnerships with industry and other community partners, and to sort of house a number of our activities with B2B, postgraduate, industry, all those sorts of things. So it's shifted, but it really gives the university such a great opportunity to tell that story. And if we use it the right way, then there's so much benefit that can come back to the university.
So what is your role within the AGSE?
Well, I'm the deputy director.
You got a badge?
Well, no, I don't. We don't actually have a director either.
You so need a badge.
Nice. I'd love a badge or a cap.
Sash.
Some sort of cap.
One of those big sticks.
Yes.
Now, can I have the big stick?
You can have the big stick.
A sash would be nice.
Yeah, crown.
Maybe some sort of tiara, and I can. Deputy director of the AGSE. There's not really much more to say to that. That's
okay. You deputy direct. Can't even speak.
I deputy direct to no director. There is no.
Well, you have a faculty director, a school director.
We do.
We have a Janie.
We have yes.
Oh
Janie is the director.
Yes. So basically I am lucky enough to have a small team. The AGSE has a small team of people to run all the activities and manage all the things and pull the strings and do the things and all that sort of stuff. So really I have a small team to help me to make everything happen.
Small superstar team.
That is true.
I can name a few.
Yeah,
awesome.
They are. Yeah, it's small, but it's mighty.
So there's yourself and I think 3 people.
Yes, myself and 3 other people.
There's the AGSE, but your people have also managed to support various other things across the school or former faculty.
Yeah, that's right. So predominantly anything postgraduate comes under the purview of the AGSE team. The AGSE is really sort of like a virtual school or virtual entity and a brand really. And so if it's postgraduate and if it's connected to industry and if it's something to do with B2B, then, it comes through the AGSE team. And there are other things as well that might happen in the school or the former faculty that would also come to this particular team to kind of provide some input and advice, support. But the main wheelhouse is really around the postgraduate, the B2B and the industry.
Small but mighty.
Yes, I would say so. Yes.
Well, I just think most business schools do actually have very specifically postgraduate administration teams that are quite large, particularly business schools if you look even Australia-wide, but worldwide, business school postgrad teams tend to be, quite well staffed. So what you guys pull off with 4,
yes,
it's impressive.
Yeah, I think we do manage to do quite a lot given we are a small team. But you're right. A lot of the big business or business schools, generally speaking, do have a team of people that support those sorts of industry partnerships, contract management, all of the executive education, and the other short courses, plus all the traditional programs. So and essentially that's what we do as well. But we are just a team of 4.
But sorry, I was going to just say it fits nicely. We don't often talk that much in terms of strategy, but it fits very nicely into the lifelong learners goal that we have at Swinburne.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
So how has your team changed over the past 2 years since we've been working from home? Or has it?
In the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, the team one of our team members came back from parental leave, and so we had another person, poor thing, who started in the role, and then within a matter of months we all went home, and she was trying to get a handle of the role from after only seeing us in the office for a couple of months, and then we all went home and. But she did a fantastic job, and then our particular person, our team member, came back from parental leave. So, but it's been the same group in terms of how we've dealt with being from home. I mean, probably quite well, really, for as in terms of our team. I think we've generally adjusted well to being remote. We always have our morning meetings. We always set off the tone for the day by catching up in the morning, and often that's to discuss work things, but often it's also just to have that coffee catch up in the morning and just to have a chuckle about something, or to keep each other informed about the things that are going on in each other's lives. And when you share an office with a group of people and you spend all day with them, things, it's more than just the very specific, narrow focus of work. The relationships are beyond the parameters of pure work.
Absolutely. You walk in and say, did you have a good night?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's really important. I know, this little team that I'm in, we love a chuckle. We love to have a good giggle about stuff, and we thoroughly enjoy making each other laugh and trying to make each other laugh. And so I think those morning meetings are an opportunity just to go through work things, to make sure we've got everything's moving along, or we know everyone's kept up to date, but also to laugh about the ridiculousness of the situations that we might find ourselves in, or fails with online shopping, or coffee machines that have broken down, or and the panic of like, okay, well, I know you're on the other side of town from me, but I'll Uber a coffee to you in stat, and so it's just, I think it's been critical just to make sure that the dynamics of the team remains unharmed. And so I think we really enjoy those morning meetings, even if we're not like in the office, or in the virtual office. You kind of want to check into those meetings just to sort of go, hey, how are you? And just have that kind of interaction.
Yeah, exactly. And just having that constant as well. I found that really useful when I was having team catch-ups as well. It's really, really useful because it's like that somebody's there and you can just have a bit of a catch-up, or, a dance-off.
Oh, totally a dance-off.
I miss those dance-offs.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Elizabeth, that one's for you.
Elizabeth, yeah, that's for you, Liz. We're all looking at you, sweetheart. But the dance-offs, I tell you what,
she's probably dancing right now.
She probably is dancing right now. But that is one thing that I will thoroughly enjoy, because it's one thing to dance on camera, and my problem is I constantly forget because I always have my earphones in. Yeah, and it's like that scene from My Big Fat Greek Wedding where she sort of I do that on a daily basis. So it will be good to be headphone and cord free and be able just to.
Computers do, like most Swinburne issued laptops do have a built-in mic.
Oh, no, but it's just easier in my particular setup to use it works better.
Yeah.
But
you're
not when
dancing, that works better.
Not when dancing.
Hey, AGSE have run some excellent online presentations this year. What have you got planned for 2022?
Well, we are excited. We are excited about reinvigorating our Learning from Entrepreneurs seminar series. So the former Faculty of Business and Law, so there's now the School of Business Law and Entrepreneurship, has for many years now run a Learning from Entrepreneurs seminar series. And I've been involved in that even prior to my time in the faculty. I think I was working in another role, but I was doing my master's, whatever. I've been involved with it for a while, and it's a really great series where we can invite people who are involved in startups or involved in new ventures, but in terms of the whole sort of continuum of new venture development. So it might be really early stage startups, or it might be really successful that have, IPO'd, or they've got some really great commercialization of, a new piece of technology or whatever. It could be about investors and how you fund and all that sort of thing. But they're great. They're a great opportunity to engage with our community. And obviously we've struggled in the last couple of years to do that in the way that we like to do it, and in the way that we tend to find our community likes to engage in it. So we haven't run them as frequently. And also some of our speakers, they really enjoy that personal interaction, the face-to-face interaction. So some of them have been a bit reluctant to do it online. That hasn't been really the medium that they wanted to do. So in those cases, we've tried to really keep them on, in check for the next time we're on campus. So that's exciting for 2022. We will have a lot of speakers coming on in for 2022 for that seminar series, and hopefully we will also have another AGSE oration later in the year.
Nice one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We did have this year, we were very lucky to have Carolyn Creswell from Carmen's, and she is just a phenomenal woman, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's just amazing. And the oration was fantastic. And Libby Ward-Christie, who was our facilitator, was also just exceptional. She is exceptional. So I'm excited about 2022. I'm excited about getting back to having those personal interactions and that reconnection with the community. So it'll be good.
Perfect segue to the final question here for Rachel, Ash.
Have you booked into the Hawthorn yet? Are you going to? Are you going as a team? So for those of you who listened to our previous episode already, we do have sort of a bet going with Craig McCallum of which team thought first of using the Hawthorn voucher as a team function. Now, technically speaking, in fairness, we should make sure that since Craig's been on and now we have another Sobel guest and we all work with Sobel, that we should probably have more Swinburne professional voices on the podcast. So that's a call out to you guys in the team at Swin Professional. If you want to get your voices on the podcast, give us a holler on
There are some great people at Swinburne Professional. I'm happy to nominate them.
Oh, no.
Whether they want it or not.
Yeah. Until that time, technically I'm going to say, since Sobel is currently the loudest voices on the podcast, then Sobel was definitely first. So your $100 voucher, Rachel.
We did. So one of the other members, so he is an AGSE member. It should be said. The role has changed slightly, but nonetheless, he was our fearless leader.
Oh, wow. Fearless leader. Alex Kaiser, or Kaiser Chief, as we like to refer to him.
I like to refer to him as the Kaiser.
Yeah, the Kaiser Chief. Alex Kaiser went overseas because he's obviously, his family's in Switzerland, and so he has gone overseas for 6 months and taken the family to go see the rest of his family in Switzerland. And yes, really. And so we wanted to say bon voyage to Alex Kaiser and his family. So we did use some of our vouchers for that lunch catch-up. However, my voucher has not been used yet.
Do you need friends?
I'm saving it. I do. Saving it for shots.
Hot chips.
Oh, my gosh.
Hot chips and shots. No.
You know what?
This is the
use your voucher because I will pay to see that happen.
No. We are using it as you rightly said, as Karen Chalmers has indicated, we are using it for a return to campus.
In fact, I'm even going to say throwdown because that's using for a team function and a school function.
Yes.
Like we're doubling up here because also Sobel is entrepreneurial. Just saying. So we've got all this going for us.
Well, I've already spent mine, but since this is the breakup Christmas party, hey, we should head off to the Hawthorn.
Shots and hot chips at the Hawthorn after this.
Just a disclaimer, everyone, this is pre-recorded, not live. So you're aware.
That sounds awesome and sounds like a great plan, and good to hear what the big Kaiser's up to. Rachel, you have been one of our most funnest VIP guests on the podcast. I've really been waiting to bring you into the pod booth for such a long, long time. And
I enjoy the fact that I'm a VIP guest.
Yes, you
are.
So
the others aren't?
They all are, sorry.
I was wondering if you were going to go there, actually.
Damn it. I thought that I was a VIP.
This has been a joyride. It's been a joyride. Ha-ha, there's my first Roxette link. I got it in. Boom, 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 boom. All righty. So how do we go, Rachel? Please give us a score out of 10. How did you enjoy your time in the booth today?
Well, I mean, if we were in a university, if we had a rubric, then I could put a score out of 10 for against different criteria. So it really depends on the criteria.
Do you want to write that rubric?
Not really. But
wasn't rubric in that movie?
Which movie?
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
I really hope. Do you know what I'm counting on? I am not just hoping. I am counting on your editing skills being like first class, world class, because there is a lot of that needs to happen.
No editing. It's Okay, so yeah, score out of 10, please.
10. I mean, what else? I'm sitting in the room with you, and I can't get out of the. I haven't got no way of getting out of the room. So what am I going to say?
You could. You just have to go through me.
It's just like a bank vault.
I note that you said 10, not like 11 or 12 or 20 out of 10.
Because that's not mathematically accurate, and I can't cope with people say 110%.
It's a recording.
It's 100%.
It's a recording.
It's 100%.
This is not a calculator. It's a room.
It's not like, a rubric.
Oh yeah, like it's 100. I give 110%.
That's not in the rubric.
You can't give 110%. That is physically impossible. It's 100%.
I thought entrepreneurship was creative.
All right.
Okay.
Go to the wrap. Ash.
So thank you again, Rachel, because this has been an absolute blast. Our first ever in studio, super formal, super professional podcast recording where we absolutely all know exactly what we're doing and have not gotten off track at all.
I do wonder whether you should have saved the actual audio booth for somebody who had a bit more of a clue what they were talking about rather than. I feel it might have been a wasted opportunity.
No, we totally know what we're talking about.
Except I can't bring any of the cats in here.
I know.
Yeah, it's sad. So thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everyone who's listened, who's supported, who has commented, who's interacted, all of our VIP guests. We really appreciate everyone. I know we've said it before, but we're probably not going to stop saying it. Along with thanking all our listeners and our supporters is the biggest things that we keep saying on this podcast. And we'll try and reduce the but we're not going to reduce the thank yous. We really appreciate it. And
absolutely.
Cannot wait for 2022.
Yeah, 2022 is going to be such an awesome year. We've got lots and lots to look forward to. And thank you again to Rachel for joining us here in the booth. It's been a little bit dangerous having you here.
She's a little bit dangerous.
Okay. Y'all are referencing songs that I don't know.
That's another
I'm just going to make sure
reference.
That's very clear to everyone here.
She's got the look.
It's 2 out of 2.
That one I know.
Oh, there we go. All righty. That was a great way to finish up season 1 of the Podcast Professionals. Before we wrap up this pod, please let the tradition continue since it's Christmas time. Ash, give us a score out of 10, please.
No pressure.
50 out of 10. You can figure that maths however you like, Rachel. 50 out of 10. That
50
is
out
our
of 10.
score.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to the Podcast Professionals with Kristy and Ash. We will see you next year. Until then, take care and have a great festive season.
Bye.
And stop.
Probably the big red button.